Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Not So Super Fan Power season finale, episode 10. Oh, the episode's about an hour and 11 minutes long, and we have a lot to talk about. And before I get to my how I feel about this episode, there was a lot of frustrating thing that happening in this episode as far as like characters. You wanted dead things that was supposed to happen that didn't happen. So we're gonna start off with this episode. So Angela, oh man, I hated this episode. I hated it for some reason, but let's go right into it. So we start off. Angela is being interrogated by Sax and Mac in interrogation with the other detective, with the other USAs, and basically they're trying to get her to flip on Ghost, and I mean James, to save herself, or she's gonna go to jail and all that, and then she get since they don't have anything, she asks for 24 hours before she could make her decision. So from there she leaves on. She calls Tasha, Tommy, James to meet up so they could have a meeting about what just happened. But on her way there, Tasha meets up with who? Guess who? Who's back in the picture? Terry. Terry's back in the picture. That bitch ass Terry is back in the picture. And try to apologize and all that. But when they meet up, Tasha and Tommy, Ghost, and Angela, they meet up at their old high school, and Angela basically tells them what's going on. And from this whole process, like them trying to basically, after she tells them what's going on, they have this case built up against all four of them, thinking that they're a whole organization group, and basically it has to do with the Lobos and the murder of Mike Sandoval, and basically they're implicating all of them in that case. And Tommy, Tasha, and Ghost, and just basically telling them like they have to stay in the group together and not flip on each other, and that's where the episode start of them not trying to flip on each other, and they have to keep their wherever they know about the situation, they have to not flip on each other. Tasha has to basically try to keep Keisha in the line, not to snitch on her, and also in the same time Terry, which you don't know about Terry yet, has to keep Terry in the line so he doesn't flip on her. And also Tommy basically has to keep the same mind and try not to keep Keisha to flip. And of course, Ghost has to get Proctor to basically not to flip on him, but Proctor is already has his license back. He's not gonna flip on nobody. And basically from the tape he got from Ghost after he recorded him basically saying he didn't know nothing about Angela, that tape kind of took him out of that whole process, so he doesn't have nothing to worry about. But throughout this whole process, Tommy's still grieving about his father's death, because he killed his own father, and now Keisha's trying to get back in his life, and he kind of pushed her away for an instant, but now she's back in his life, and she's basically trying to tell him that Tasha and Ghost are the problem, and they need to basically get them out of their life. And I'm gonna get there, but you find out Terry's also working with Saxon Mac, and he's trying to get, and he's still a bitch, and he's basically trying to get basically save Tasha, but flip on Ghost at the same time. And one thing about Tasha, she's still acting like an idiot when it comes to Terry. She thought she had Terry on the line once again, and when Ghost tell her Terry's working with the feds, she feels stupid. But even it's ridiculous. So much going on. So Terry's trying to get Tasha to flip. Tasha's trying to keep Terry on the line. It's everybody. So and now Mac goes after Tate, and it's like every little person that they know that's involved with Ghost and Tasha, they're trying to flip, and Mac goes after Tate and basically tell Tate, he has money, little financial problem after they audited him, and it could stop him from being governor. But Ghost kind of, put reason to Tate's mind to announce his that he's running for governor. But in the same time, Dre is also trying to get witness protection from Angela because the he snitched on the Jimenez, and now he's trying to get witness protection. And you see, that's one thing I like about Dre. When she asked him what he wants, who is he bring with him in witness protection, he said just him and his daughter. Forget about baby mama. After he told her he's gonna send for her, he said, "Nah, he don't need her. He doesn't. He just wants his daughter. He doesn't need his baby mama." And I'm like, damn. So Sax goes to Keisha, tells Keisha that Tommy, she needs to flip on Tommy or Ghost, and Ghost is the reason Tommy's dad died, which is damn. I knew it was gonna happen there. That's what I expected there. That's when I was like, yo, this is gonna be some bullshit in this episode. They're gonna get Tommy to flip on Ghost. They're gonna get Tommy to flip on Ghost. And Tommy's already like, a bomb already getting to explode. They're gonna get him to flip on Ghost. And this was happening. And Tasha was already had it, because after her and Tommy had a fight, because she was trying to console, like, be there for him, but he pushed her away, and she's home crying. Tasha shows up. Tasha is not really a likable character. She just shows up. She see the girl's already crying. She don't even ask what's going on. She's like, "Hey, I came here, to make sure that you're not gonna snitch on us and all that, blah blah blah, this blah that." And Keisha basically tell her, I've been snitching for you for the longest, and this is how you gonna treat me. And even after they make up and all that, you see Tasha's hugging Keisha, and she kind of roll her eyes and still ask her if she's not gonna talk. Like, makes her not a likable character, and she's not a likable character at all. So let me flip through my notes real. So Proctor is basically telling Ghost to flip on Tommy or Angela, but mostly Tommy, and Sax. Sax at this point is not even just that. Sax is at this point is like the main one after Ghost and Tommy and Angela, because they get to a point. No, I'm going past the episode, but Dre is basically, while he's at home having sex with his baby mama, the Jimenez shows up, try to put a hit on, kill him, and he ended up surviving. And I'm like, damn, I was so frustrated that they didn't put a bullet through him, because that's one of the character I wanted to die in this episode, and I was so fucking mad that he didn't get killed. But he ended up surviving, and he goes to Two Beats to try to get money to get out of town. And he basically tell Two Beats that he's not gonna basically snitch on what's her name, what's that lady's name? Fuck. I forgot her name. But Alicia Jimenez. He's not gonna flip on her. He's basically gonna flip on Ghost and Tommy. He's gonna tell them that they were all the reason for everything. But Lord below, Two Bits is not down with Tommy, and he goes and tell Two Bits is not down with Dre, so he goes and tell Tommy what Dre trying to do, and Tommy basically called Angela, and Angela's old boyfriend, I guess, like which works for I think the CIA or something. Basically, they come up with this plan to basically look like Dre's about to get killed, and get him to sign the paper that the Jimenez were the reason for everything. So that way they saved themselves and all that. Which I was mad, and I thought at that scene, I thought Dre was gonna get killed, because everybody's shooting. I'm like, why is this man not catching a bullet yet? Why is he not catching a bullet? And he ended up escaping, and I was so mad when he jumped in that van that he didn't get killed, and I was so mad, man. It's like everything. This episode was, even though it was an hour long, it was frustrating. It was long, and nothing happened that kept my excitement going as far as like a final season for this episode. It was frustrating. Nothing happened to keep me like on the edge of my seat. Yes, there was like a little everybody trying to get people to flip on other people, but it wasn't that much to get me as excited as I wanted to. Yeah, Ghost was in the parking lot. He ended up seeing Terry and Tasha having sex, which was going to happen eventually. He's going to find out, but he knew about them. But him seeing Terry actually doing it with Tasha, you could see in his face, he was pissed. Like, he was pissed. He was pissed, and he wanted Terry dead. So, Tasha, like, even before that, you know what's funny? Um, when Ghost approached Tasha about Terry after Tate announces running for governor and they having the building build, Tasha lied about Terry. And said she just found out about it. She's like still lying about the dude. And it's not only she felt stupid when Ghost told her, you know, you're not gonna end up with him anyway because he's working for the other side. And she felt stupid about that. You know, she was still trying to lie about Terry even after he pulled that bullshit and left her dry and just took everything from him and just left that. She still tried to lie for the dude. And with Two Bits now and Two Bits crew and Keenan's old crew working for Tommy, it's gonna be interesting next season. But and Jesus. So Sax, from all this happening and Dre ended up signing the paper that Alicia Jimenez is the cause for everything, the death of Zendovar and the Lobos and all that. That she's the reason for everything. Angela is off the hook, but there was still that witness, the girl from the club that basically, I don't think she ever saw Ghost. She just heard his voice, but she basically identified him as Ghost, that James as Ghost. And now they still have, Angela's off the hook, but Ghost is still, case is still ongoing. So even with that, the case is over, and Mac, you know, he got a recommendation from Angela to go to this better position. You know, he was like, fuck it, he moved out his office, he's leaving, but Sax still wanted Ghost and Tommy. So what he does, he stirs up shit, like he was said in the episode. He goes to Tommy's place and plays and tells Tommy Ghost was the reason his dad died and all that bullshit, and plays the tape that shows Tommy's dad wasn't gonna snitch on Tommy, but he was gonna snitch on Ghost instead. And this puts Tommy in a hurdle. He goes to the Italian and they tell him Ghost was the one that told him. And now before he goes to the Italian, him and Tasha, and once again I thought Angela was gonna die there. Tommy and Tasha was gonna kill Angela there. Because Tasha showed up, she unlocked the door, and I thought they were gonna kill Angela there, but it didn't happen. And Angela tells her, you know, he gotta go to the Italian and get the, you know, the envelope and all that. He goes get the envelope, and the Italian tells him that Ghost is the one that brought the tape, and Tommy thought that he wanted the Italian to kill his dad, but the Italian told him no, he wanted you to kill your dad. Tommy and Proctor goes to Ghost, tell Ghost that Angela's the woman witness they're talking about that's gonna flip on him, and Ghost kind of believes Proctor and goes get Angela to meet him at the old school again, but Angela tells him she's not her, and you know they're finally rekindling, and Tommy comes, poop, bullet to the chest, Angela gets shot, and Ghost sees Tommy, and that's it for the episode. So I guess that's the recap of the episode. But like I said before, the episode in a whole, it wasn't a bad episode, but it just felt kind of like it was dragging. I didn't really like this season finale because it could have ended in a better way, you know. But I like it seems like the way it ended, that next season Tommy and Ghost are gonna be ahead against each other. Ghost is gonna go after Tommy. Terry's missing, and they showed the flashback that Ghost had him. Like, I don't think he's dead. He probably has him hidden somewhere. Terry's probably not dead. But it's gonna be Tommy versus Ghost, and I'm assuming Tasha's gonna be in there too, cause he's and I don't know. I don't think Angela died. You know, it doesn't look like she just dead. she's probably not dead. She probably got shot and she's probably still alive. She's probably gonna tell him, Angela and Tasha. I'm just saying, she's probably not dead. They didn't show any nobody. They just show her she gets shot. She halfway past it. Like, you know, she's probably not dead. She's probably gonna be in the hospital. She's gonna tell Ghost that Tommy and Tasha was the one trying to kill her, and he's gonna go after Tasha and Tommy, cause Tommy's he's a what is it? He's a boiling pot. He's like ready to blow. Cause even when part in the episode, he was talking to Keisha, and Keisha was basically telling him she's not, about this whole bullshit that about her not them wanting her to snitch. And the whole time he's asking her, are you down for this? You told me you were down for this. If we're gonna be together, you're down for this. And the whole time he's pulling out a gun from the couch. He was getting ready to kill her. Tommy is a crazy serial killer, and he was ready to kill Keisha at this right at this moment. I thought he was gonna kill her. But he didn't. And now you got Keisha and Tommy versus Tasha and Ghost. But now that Angela's there, you got Ghost versus Tasha, Tommy, and Keisha. So it's gonna be an interesting season. Like I said, and now I feel like this whole case is gonna be come back again. But I'm mad that Dre didn't get killed. He ended up going to witness protection, and he somehow survived. So this bullshit, that's one of the characters everybody wanted, but he ended up getting a cop out at the end of the day, which is total bullshit, man. One of the characters that he got the cop out. I wasn't happy about that. That Dre was able to get a cop out and he did not get killed. I was not happy about that. But so too bit like, and you also have what's his name? That one detective that was after Angela from the get-go when Ray died. What's her name? Rodriguez Blanca. I'm pretty sure next season she's gonna be more involved. You don't get much of her in this episode, just one scene of her, but I'm pretty sure next season she's gonna be much more involved as far as Angela. And with Tate running for governor now, if the whole situation with Angela doesn't, like I'm saying, next season, the whole situation with Angela getting shot doesn't blow out of proportion and it comes out in the news, and Tate runs for governor, and Ghost also has dirt on Tate, and he becomes a governor. Ghost basically has a powerful person in the government, So that's one thing about Ghost right there. He's playing for the long run. Tommy's also playing, the dope game. But that's one of the characters, like, when I started watching the show, Tommy and Ghost. That's one of the characters I always, as far as, like, character that work together, I was like, that work together. They're actually brothers, Tommy and Ghost. But now, them becoming enemy, I'm not sure about it. We didn't get really that much of what's in it, that little punk bitch, Tariq. We didn't really get into my little punk bitch in this episode. So we'll see what happened next episode. Tariq, wasn't seeing him at all. I thought we would have seen some of him, but it just crossed my mind that we didn't get nothing of Tariq, that little punk ass bitch. I'm sorry, but I can't stand that kid, And I even got some comment in my episode. I saw a comment like, he's a kid trying to discover himself in the world. Get the fuck out of here. That's how you discover yourself in the world, by selling dope and getting your sister killed. Nah, you got it, kid. I know your family's lying to you about their old life. Yeah, but remember, they left that life behind, and now you want to go back to sell dope. Get the fuck out of here. But we didn't really get much of Tariq this episode. Maybe if it was an episode, it would have been more interesting, but we didn't get that much of him. But I don't know. I felt like it just felt like luster from. What's the word? Is that the word I'm looking for? Yeah, it wasn't that exciting for me. Yes, they're gonna be enemies now, but for some reason I didn't really feel any type of way about the end of the episode. It was if it happened mid season, I would have been fine. I would have been fine that I would. It would have been a better ending if it ended with Kanan dying than this. I don't know. It just felt lackluster for me. Yes, I was Angela was the character I didn't like, but most of the characters in the episode I didn't like any. I was kind of not liking them except for Tommy, but the way they were like going around with Tommy and towards him becoming enemy with Ghost, it was kind of expected of this episode. But as far as the way the episode ended, and it was all right for me. I'm not saying it wasn't a good episode, but it was just it maybe that's what the show is trying to do, but it's still as far as the show, it still do what it's supposed to do. It is still frustrating. Every time these characters make a decision, it's still frustrating. It's frustrating. As far as Tasha, when it becomes to her and Terry, she makes stupid decision when it comes to Terry. She doesn't. First, she's done with, like, when he came back in this, she was done with him. Then as soon as they tell her to butter him up, she butters him up, but she goes and like lied about that he's back in town. Then when she finds out, she finds out he's still working for the government, and he's trying to get her to flip. She still goes in his side, and still, it's like Tasha. I don't know. I think she's going. Is bad. Proctor is like, one thing about Proctor. He's like that friend, that comes to you and gives you. Yes, he's trying to be a good friend, but he comes to you and gives you all that information, but doesn't get the facts. He's coming at Ghost, telling Ghost, yeah, this is thing that's going on with this investigation, but he doesn't get straight down to the fact and tells Ghost what's going on. So Ghost is making these stupid decisions when it comes to Angela. And speaking of Ghost is always looking out for himself. He's always looking out for himself, which is kind of lead to, cause in a way, it led to that situation of him becoming enemy with his best friend, because he's always looking out for himself. And even Angela said it this episode. Even her and him, they always look out for themselves. And even when he found out Tommy's dad was a snitch, he was afraid to go to his friend and tell, even though Tommy was mad at him, because he still could have went to Tommy and tell Tommy, and he didn't. And I said it before, Tasha is not a good friend to Keisha. She keep asking her to do all these things for her, but she don't care about Keisha, how she feels, or about her kid, or nothing. She just goes and asks and expect Keisha to just do. And she's not a good friend. And I know she's been through a lot too with her daughter dying, but she's not thinking about nobody else. And now she has this it's like this type of cocky attitude. Once in a while she boasts, like, especially when her and Tommy was about to kill Angela. I didn't really like her character that much anymore. And Tommy is probably one of the best character in this episode. Like, best character, but most damaged character. He has gone through a lot, as far as killing his pregnant girlfriend, and now having to find out that his dad was a snitch. First, he found out his dad was a snitch. He killed him. Then he found out that his dad wasn't gonna snitch on him. It was his best friend that made him kill his dad. This guy's going through a lot, which you gotta understand why he would go and try to kill the thing Ghost loved the most. But now Ghost is, James, which is the type of person he is. They said it before, that looks out for himself. He's not gonna take a second to think why Tommy shot Angela. He's gonna just go after Tommy, not realizing, even if he get even if it comes into light that, and you know how this show works. Usually the information comes after the action, you know, which is probably what's gonna happen when Ghost. I'm pretty sure next season when Ghost finds out. By the time Ghost find out why Tommy went after Angela, it's gonna be too late. He's probably gonna find out after the fact that, you know, Tommy shot Angela because he found out that you made him kill his dad. He's probably gonna find that out after the fact, or he's probably gonna find out and still go after Tommy because he loved Angela that much, the woman that first. Yeah, he probably gonna go after Tommy anyway because even though Angela is the main reason, and I said it before, like she's the catalyst that caused all this situation, all this investigation, Ghost being arrested. She is the catalyst. She is the reason Ghost lost sight to his goal. You know, when she showed up at that club that night, she was the reason all this is happening now. Angela is the catalyst of all this problem. Yes, at that time, Keenan was back in the picture trying to, you know, get Ghost killed and Tommy killed. But if Ghost had kept focus, like Tommy and Tasha were trying to tell him to keep. No, I'm not going to say Tasha because at the same time, Ghost was even when season 1 started. Even when Ghost was trying to keep straight, Tasha was trying to get him back in the street. You know, telling Tommy that all that bullshit. And which in a way pushed Ghost away from Tasha. But he loves Angela that much, you know, like Proctor said she must have some magical pussy. But it's damn, I forgot who Brock is, cause Brock is dead. Yeah, Brock is dead. I know he's dead because of Dre, or Dre killed him. I forgot. But you know that's when 2-Bit asked Dre. I know you guys. A lot of people wanted Dre dead, and to see him get away anyway, it's bullshit. You know, it's bullshit. But even remember last episode when Tariq asked Ghost to teach him the game. You know, teach me the fucking game, Ghost. I think somehow if Tommy doesn't die or Ghost end up dying, they're gonna go that. I swear they're gonna go that route. I'm pretty sure they're gonna go that route. That's gonna have Tariq try to be Lil Ghost and become the next Kingpin, which I don't see any redeemable thing about this character as well. There's a lot of people that like Tariq, but I don't know in the long run if I'm ever gonna like Tariq because of Raina and because of a certain decision he make. I don't know if I'm ever gonna like him, or they're gonna be going through some type of I don't know if I'm ever gonna like Tariq. Yes, he's a smart kid. He's going to school. He has all this knowledge. He speaks different language, but I don't know if he's ever gonna. Damn. If he's ever gonna. If I'm ever gonna like the character, but yes. Once again, it's just this whole episode in a whole. It was a good episode. It was enjoyable, like I said before, but it didn't feel up there for me as far as the episode, you know? Like they were building things up like a lot. I expected a lot to happen, but it would just build up in this episode, build up, you know, things happening, you know, even when Terry came, you think Terry's gonna flip, this is gonna happen, but and we thought you were gonna get something to resolve, like as far as Dre dying, you didn't get it, you know, like for Tommy and Angela to come with this good plan. I'm thinking Dre's gonna get killed, but yes, it's a good plan. It worked out better for them in the long run because Dre ended up signing the paper and got the case off of them, but he's still alive. Hopefully next season they find him and kill him. But in the whole, it seems like next season, season 6, is gonna be Ghost versus Tommy. It's gonna be a lot of enemies, and fuck, man. The show ended very frustrating. Man. It was very frustrating how this show ended. I don't know why, but I'm frustrated about this last episode. It wasn't. It didn't really. I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, Nas Ghost versus Tommy, but it just felt like everything was building up just to nothing. Nothing. You guys, some of you might agree, some of you might not agree, but it just felt like the show built up to nothing for me. Guys, well, this was my review for episode 10, Power season 5. Tell me what you thought about this episode, guys. Leave a comment down below. Giving me a like if you like this review. Leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Tell me the good, the bad, and ugly about this episode. Let me know what you think. I will reply. I will let you know how I felt. And I will be getting back at you with more reviews and reaction, guys. Damn, I don't know, man. Maybe I gotta watch this episode again, but I don't know. Well, guys, I'll be seeing y'all soon. Once again, with more reviews and reaction.